Grayson Wu is responsible for the Small Actions, Big Difference program here at Unilever China. I'm going to ask him a few questions to understand how he uses consumer engagement marketing techniques for his own sustainability campaigns. You can use his experience as a blueprint when implementing CEM techniques to your own brand development. Tell me a little about Small Actions, Big Difference.
Small Action Big Difference is a digital engagement platform built on the Unilever Sustainable Living program, of which the engagement touchpoints include mobile, web, and social network, and so on. Consumers can record their small actions in the Small Action Big Difference Center to gain Weili, which can be converted into sustainable living actions or their own benefits. There are two key missions that Small Action Big Difference needs to accomplish. Through the program, consumers can witness how Unilever and its brand contribute to building a bright future in China and in the world. Through the program, we want to collect information of each engagement to help Unilever better understand consumers' needs and their aspirations.
How did you prepare for the Small Actions, Big Difference program?
Firstly, we have to understand what consumers think of sustainability. We found that consumers realize our environment is getting worse, and that many of them are looking forward to a better, cleaner environment. However, most of them do not change anything because they don't know what to do and how to do it. Therefore, we have to clear out our role to consumers. We want to make it cool and different from the normal CSRs. We must act as a pioneer change maker to apply sustainable actions, provide actionable, sustainable solutions to consumers, and consequently experience the environmental impact of those actions. After that, based on the key missions, we worked out the key objectives of Small Action and Big Difference. Recruit new consumers to join us, and engage existing members through Weili. Next, we need to define the successful signs of our digital campaign and consumer engagement. The one is consumer actually changing their behavior for sustainable actions. The other one is keeping existing members active on our platform.
What were some of the challenges in implementing the program?
When we were implementing our program in marketing, many consumers said, "Wow, sustainability, that's good, I admire that." But then they will leave without taking any actions. We found consumers feel it needs to be done by government or enterprises. Single person cannot help, but actually they can. Many people expressed maybe they would do the least they can do to help, and many asked what the benefits for them. Even if some of the consumers will take actions at the moment, they won't persist. They don't believe their action can change, but their action change will help because they cannot see the real impact. And besides what's mentioned, the biggest challenge is honestly tracking consumers' behaviors, since we want them to actually do sustainable actions and give rewards accordingly. However, this is very difficult using digital approaches.
Can you give me some examples of engagement proposals that you developed and how one of them was implemented?
You can't just set any engagement you want to consumers. It has to be relevant to Unilever itself and be trackable. Thus, we organized the engagement from big to small. First, we thought of some moments where consumers waste resources in relation to Unilever brands and products. The first one is garbage classification, where bottles and boxes are wasted seriously. The second one is clothes washing, which is related to Omo and comfort. The third one is taking shower, which is related to PW and hair products. Then we try to work out what actions take the least effort but make a high impact. When it comes to garbage classification, removing the empty bottles and boxes is too much of a barrier. So that's a no. Flattening boxes and throwing the flat boxes and empty bottles separately from household garbage, which is a low effort and high impact action. So that's a yes. Next, we started to brainstorm the tracking solution for this action. We realized that printing a QR code on the folding corner forces the consumer to flatten the box in order to scan the QR code to get benefits. Through this method, small action, big difference can accurately tracking the sustainability action and reward consumers with Weili accordingly, while also further communicate with them. What's more, there are hundreds of thousands of express boxes are sent to consumers every month. Why not try to build connection between Unilever and consumers and try to retain these users, understand them, keep engaging with them in order to help drive them back to business?
How are you constantly testing and optimizing your engagement approach?
The optimization contains two parts with different objectives. First, we focused on the design of the boxes. We want more and more of our consumers to be attracted to the QR code and wanting to scan it. Since we can track all the consumers that have scanned the QR code, we can calculate the scan rate using the data for the total number of boxes sold every month. This allows us to understand whether the creative is tangible and attractive enough for consumers. We can then use this feedback to adjust the box creative to uplift the scan volume and also realize what kinds of designs consumers are more attracted to. Secondly, we monitor the engagement data on small action and big difference platform, since we want to reduce the bounce rate and increase consumer activity on our platform. Since we've successfully approached our consumers, our next steps are to engage and communicate with them, with the ultimate goal of turning these shoppers into Unilever fans. This is a difficult mission, but we will try different engagement approaches, like HTML5, Flash, e-commerce content to understand consumer behavior and interesting points. We are currently developing a virtual reality video to keep the consumer's experience in small action, big difference fresh. Consumers can get the VR glasses made of cardboard through Weili redemption, which will definitely be a good engagement trigger to them.